Star viewers, welcome. As I said you in the last class that in this class we are going to discuss about demand for money. Now we have seen many classes forward like meaning of money, its characteristics, its functions. Now you can easily estimate what can be the demand for money. Now that is the main thing we are going to learn. What is the demand for money? Normally, why is money useful? At what places it is useful? Money is used for multiple reasons like to buy day by day commodities, eatables, your own personal things like soaps, powders, shampoos, your grocery items, to pay your college fees, and also and if you are a producer, businessman, in order to invest in that, to buy shares, to buy building, to buy land, many things are associated with only this sole topic called money. Yes or no? So in that way there is a huge demand for money. Now if you talk about demand for money, there are many theories proving the demand for money, like theory of quantitative theory of money, etc., and how it is applied, etc., etc., are there associated to this money. Now we are saying according to Keynes, there are three main reasons why people have a good demand, why people are demanding for money. That is these three. Usually these are the only three things that is ruling the money, that is like that is ruling us, like precautionary, transaction, and speculative. That is present, past, and future. Okay, and precautionary is like in case, if in case suddenly if it will happen, who is going to bear that all things, like unexpected every time. So business will have unexpected losses and or else unexpected accidents, sickness, etc., will come unexpectedly. No one will be ready that in 5 days I am going to get fever, or in few days I am going to admit in hospital, or in next week I am going to be met with an accident. Will someone guess like that? No, right? So in order to be safe from that, they need to invest in some of the amounts, like you can say insurance, etc., to be safe from that. And even in the case of assets also, like losses are unpredictable, that losses can be of any type. Loss of assets is also a big loss, because that assets only you are getting that value for your business. Yes or no? With the help of assets only you are earning your income. If that assets is going to be lost, then it is also going into loss. Like you have a cotton industry, then say about you have met with a fire accident. Say if you are not insured with that cotton industry, then that is a loss. And you have a lorry business or a cab agency, and you are not insured with your car facilities and all. If you are not insured, and suddenly when a car goes and just dash up some lorry or etc., anything, so then that parts gets damaged and etc., and that is not easy in these days to get repaired, because that spare parts are also not available at some times, and even it is so expensive. So that is also one kind of loss. In the same way in the human life also, if you are not careful, like at least some 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs you should put it aside to bear unexpected losses, like some sickness, you have to go to hospital, etc., you have to plan your medical charges also, right? So these are the unexpected losses for which people have to be ready. So that are the some precautionary measures or motives why people tend to save some money for future. That is like storage value, I told you, right? Some money we will store for future for some any conditions. And the second one, which is good demand for money, is transaction motive. This is done in our daily lives, like if you go out, you can't go without catching a purse in your hand, without a wallet which doesn't have cards. Yes or no? Anyway, if you step out a house once, you have some or the other transaction related to money, starting from your drop to pick up, and then wherever you go to spend or to get. Yes, even if you go by your own car, that fuel is not on free. You have to pay for that also. So in that way, nothing is free nowadays, and everything is only possible with the medium of exchange of money. So in order to pay daily transactions, here there are two types of people. That is, if you have to act as a consumers or you have to act as a producers. Now if you are acting as a consumers, you need income to meet your daily requirements, like as I told you before, to get your grocery things, and also to bear your petrol expenses, traveling expenses, and also to pay your college fees and also some other fees. And if you are producers, then you want money to invest in your businesses to get good amount of profits. So here then transactive motive will say it is divided into income motive and business motive. Income motive in the perspective of consumers and business motive in the case of producers. Clear with transactionary motive or transaction motive. Now we are going to speculative motive. What is speculative? Estimation. Now I know a land value which is 10 lakhs, but I can be able to estimate in that level, like in few years there is going to be a good school, good hospitality facilities here, and there is going to launch a good residency kind of buildings and all, some colony is going to come. Then even this 10 lakhs worth of land may change into 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs also in that same area. Maybe 1 acre of land is about 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs there, but now it is felt barren and all, no one is using it, so I also left it like that only. But knowing that value that it may raise in the future, but it is less now, I am buying that land which is in loss, but that might get me a huge amount of profit on future. So I am speculating that in the future it is going to reach, even undoubtedly it reaches to 1 crore. So I am investing it now by starting my base price at 10 lakhs, and then that is reaching me to 1 crore. So in that way, speculative motive. In future prospect, I am thinking I am investing now, like on securities, on gold bonds, etc. That are the speculative motive of money. That can be on business, on your own land, on your securities, and this kind of shares, gold, etc. Okay, so these are the three things according to Keynes. What is that? Precautionary motive, that is your unexpected things for which you have to be ready. And then transaction motive, that is for daily things. If you are a consumer, you need income, and if you are a producer or a business person, you need investment. So like that. So it is income motive and business motive, and here it is a speculative motive. It is talking about some land, securities, gold bonds, shares, business investments, etc. And not only that, business investments or gold bonds or the land value, now the share value is also there. In some company, now the share value is only about 2000, but soon it may reach to 50,000 and 1 lakh also, each share value. So estimating that we can only be able to estimate when we know complete details about the company and the plannings of the company. If we know the strategies, soon what are the projects it is going to take, what are the plans of that company, what are those strategies, how they are going to plan to reach the top position, with whom they are going to be collide and tie up and going to get a great amount of profits, so that in order to this share value also increases. If I have a good market knowledge, then I can go easily, blindly I can invest shares in that company. Yes, I can buy. So that is called speculative motive in that cases. So mainly business or this money is based on these three things. On this only the demand of money is based. So these are the three types of points where there is a good demand for money. So this comes to the end of the concept for today. Same like every day, like I'll keep repeating you. If I made relevant to this topic, then kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel and stay tuned to Shrestha. Thank you.